Hi everyone, welcome back to Rogue Trader. We're here in the freight line still. Oh, what was that up here? I missed something. What was that? That's right, I was going to talk to the dead man, wasn't I? Excuse me. A sinewy, middle-aged man watches the bustle of the bay with a detached expression. Every so often, whenever his eyes linger on a blood mark inscribed nearby, his face changes strangely and his hands clench into fists. Just as you begin to hear the rumble of an approaching train, the man's gaze turns towards the tracks he leads forward. Didn't even think of marveling on the other side of my train with your entrails. Well, I didn't. The man starts and almost falls, but manages to keep his balance in the dim, illumined light. You notice old scars scattered across his body. The scars seem vaguely familiar. As Carl's Vox synthesizer springs to life with an indignant binaric trill, I'm registering the unit's intention to use the train tracks for purposes other than those designed by their design. Fuck's sake, Pascal. I categorically demand that the unit's self-disposal be carried out using methods that do not violate the catechism of maintenance and operation. Your eyes always return to that blood symbol. What do you know about it? It's a symbol of the Bloodspun web. I come here to watch. I come here every watch, but it hasn't been here before now. I guess today must be a special day. He smiles strangely. The man's faded eyes go wide as he notices Cabela. His voice quivers. You. Have you come to take me to the other side? Cabela briefly studies the man's face and turns away. I do not know you. Death's gaze is not upon you. The man lets out a dull groan and turns to look at the symbol again. Then why is it here? Who are you? A dead man. Lost my name years ago. I've just been another dead man ever since. Look at the man's scars. 28 XP, okay. The scars all vary in length, width, depth and shape. However, you notice a pattern in the way the scars are aligned, as well as a series of faded symbols on the man's rough skin. Death cultists bear similar marks on their bodies. So he's an ex-death cultist. But spinners are constantly renewing their wounds, while this man's look long since healed. You know the symbols of the Bloodspun web. You bear similar scars. Are you a spinner? I was, but I failed to complete my assignment, so I was exiled from the cult. The Vizsier told me to kill the one who would be at a certain junction of the utility tunnels at a certain hour. I went to the appointed spot. Then I waited. An hour. 2. 5. The junction was still empty. Nobody came. After hours of waiting, I finally realised the person at the junction had been me the whole time. It was my turn to go to the Undying One, but I was afraid. I couldn't do my duty. I ran. So the spinners simply let you go. They made no attempts to find you and kill you. There was no pursuit. I thought I'd see that black blaze the very next day. Instead, years passed without them taking my heart. I tried starting a new life. The terror never stopped eating away at me. When I got truly desperate, I went to the Temple of Death myself, but no one there would speak to me. When I gave them my name, they just whispered. Separate has gone to the Undying One. They looked through me like I wasn't even there. I lived like this for 20 years, like a coward, like a dead man. I guess it's more or less gone there, is dead to them. You were ordered to die. For what reason? But some would choose to leave the righteous path. Those earned penance in due time. Now these earned penance in due time. Her whip sings vengeance on renegade menace. Her blaze past sentence. For cowards seek to hide their hearts, but death makes no pretendance. It takes what is due. In essence. He stops, then adds hoarsely. The third verse of the Song of Trailing Blood. The Vizsier recited to me before sending me my final assignment. I didn't realise at the time it was my judgment. There were plenty of reasons I sought death. I offered him the souls of the most pleasing men and women I could find, because it kindled my passions. I killed well-off crewmen who didn't deserve their wealth, and I took their thrones. I killed enforcers who looked into my eyes without fear, because I wanted to be feared. I revelled in bloodshed. I betrayed the tenants. I realised it, but I couldn't help it, because I enjoyed it. Oh, you poor thing. I think I'm gonna cry. You couldn't stop slicing people up. That must have been so hard for you. Even my whispers have nothing to say to a pathetic tale like that. I bet they're thinking, what a lousy, self-absorbed sack of scum. Did not sound particularly remorseful. I spent years in remorse. I'm tired of it. Have you killed any more innocent souls since you ran? No. I've been afraid to touch my own knife since that day. Thought it might just stab me on its own. But the temptation is always there. No. I don't need to get heretical here. I'm sure I'll have enough during the main storylines. And I don't want to fuck up this side quest, which I think you really have to stick to the dogmatic or iconoclastic to get the decent ending out of it. You are a coward and a butcher of the innocent. I'll purge my ship of your existence. Man does nothing to stop you. He even leans closer to the rails, accepting his fate with a smile on his face. The undying one is death. Spat! Cabela stares at the remains of he who was once her brother in service. Truly, it is better to die for him than to live for yourself. This he forgot. No.
Rise to the top or get left
It's all
in
the way
the
around there,
dust.
isn't it? I'll probably have to come down for that. Yeah. Okay. It was here, wasn't it? Yeah. That's where we fought the thieves. The bootprint has smudged this symbol slightly. The trail leads towards the slums.
Always keep your eye on the
Oh, there's a
prize.
symbol there, yeah. I just noticed it now. Don't go up, it's the rogue trader. Some kind of gladiator shit going on or something. The kids have been waiting for you. How was your shift? We worked hard. I helped out a friend with the loading, and he gave me some cars. Take them and exchange them for new shoes. Yours are all worn out. Oh, thank you. I've already made your bed for you. So once we've eaten, you go and rest. The little ones and I will head out to the marketplace and leave you in peace. Why did the Emperor send me such a wonderful wife? Greetings. Greetings. That looks like a food vat. Cheer up, folks, we eat it soon, unless they close off the vat again, of course. That looks yummy. Glory to his Lord Captainship. Oh, hang on. More goes. Oh, clog the tunnels. So much for a house on the outskirts. They've bred the void rats. Now they're all over it's level 2. One man can't get no peace anymore.
Won't let it define.
Stack of ration cards again. Failed. Pascal did it though. 75. 85. Wow. A lot of high rolls there, but Pascal got it in the end. Just. Got something up there. Even in a place as dismal as this, people have managed to set up a small altar at which to pray. It's relatively clean and well maintained. Book of War Prayers. The wearer deals 10% more damage to Xenos and demons. If the wearer's conviction dogmatic, this bonus is doubled. Well then. It's either you or you. Although we don't have Xenos or demons at the moment, that I know of. Unless Adira summons a demon up for us as a special treat.
Keep your wits about you.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
Let's just read that one. Grandpa, can my toy run around and wag its tail? No, it can't, dear. It's just a little rat stuffed with a few nuts. Do you want to stick a microlumin on its face so its eyes can glow?
I always have a backup plan.
Desperation, mother of invention and all
This
that.
is intriguing.
I'm just stealing everyone's fucking ration cards. My next door's invited me over again. Maybe she asked her to marry me. She's a hard worker, not a bad looking woman. Well, she wants to rob everything. Who can tell?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Where was that bit of the on the railway tracks where the guy jumped up? I pushed him. He was going to kill himself anyway. Shreds of rat carcasses and yellow-green moss stew in the cloudy sludge, along with other unidentifiable ingredients.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
The forces shat their pants like the void dogs they are when they heard upper-class bigwigs might come and steal the mess for themselves. Yeah. Too right. How the hell do I get down here then? Aha.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Where am I now? Eh? I know which direction I'm looking. Okay, look that way. I want to go east. I want to go this way, yeah.
Just as I planned.
How do I get here? Alright. I have to go through the centre. And all the way down here. Ah, now what? I can't bloody see anything. There we go. Oh, definitely worth it. Absolutely.
Let us not dawdle.
Nothing escapes my sight. The Emperor favors me today.
Okay, let's go up here then. Got the foreman, some loot here. Yeah, some loot over here. Lush yellow-green moss covers the walls of the slums, seemingly to especially favour the warm, moist pipes. Judging by the marks, the people here regularly shear off the moss, only for it to grow back again. The food vat is protected from the vicious, hungry crowd by equally vicious thugs wielding makeshift weapons. Blindfolded old man. Right, this is where I came in, isn't it? And I have been around there.
What do we have here?
Where? What just showed up? What's this?
The premonition runs true.
These crates are typically used to transport weapons. The worn-away markers make it impossible to determine where the shipment came from, and the scuffed surface indicates that the crates have been moved frequently. An old man in pitiful rags listens intently to the sound of your footsteps. A stinking piece of cloth is wrapped around his eyes, with greenish pus oozing out from under it. The old man lays his trembling hands protectively on the heap of junk that serves as his bed, as well as his table. An empty beggar's mug makes a clinking sound next to his withered leg. What happened to your eyes? The void rats gnawed them out while I was asleep. The sewer water my wounds were washed with was infected, it turns out. The pain became a stinging feeling that wouldn't go away and only got worse. Here, have something to eat. The old man ravenously sinks his remaining teeth into the meat's tough fibres, but soon gives up chewing and swallows the whole piece whole. Could this be a true miracle of the Emperor, or was it just another dream? How does a blind old man manage to survive in a place like this? People help me. Good people. Not so good ones too. He sweeps his withered arm vacantly around the slum. There, next to you. Weapons are usually transported in crates like those. I want to look inside. Weapons? The old man's voice sounds frightened and pitiful. How could something like that wind up in the bottom of the bilge compartment? I will simply look into that crate of yours. I will not take anything. No, the old man shakes his head fiercely. Retribution. You won't escape his retribution for this. Perhaps a gift for you will convince you to show me. The old man scoops up the greasy cards, grins happily, and moves aside to count them, smacking his lips. Benefactor, Novisher, may the Lord Captain protect you. You look into the crate to see a familiar gleam. That of weapons grade plasteel, polished and ready to kill. The old man was leaning against several brand new autoguns wrapped in greasy rags. A cold voice filled with promise of death muttered, "Pathetic fool. That's our secret gone right down the shitter. Folks, we're going to have to make some noise." A common worker, her face so nondescript it looks almost scrubbed off, is aiming a weapon at you that she produced seemingly out of nowhere. Leave no witnesses. That was the vanguard who shot him.
I'll make an example out of you.
Alright. 20 of them. Performance on my side. I think. I've been ambushed, so I can't do anything. He is.
Show me what you've got.
There is only death. Yours or mine.
Okay, Argenta. Okay, we've got 4 down there. Me or Cabela can take them out, or Cassia. We've got 13. We have a couple more here still. 1 there. Pascal can do him. More here. Okay.
Doubt is for the weak who can escape the Emperor's judgment. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Try that because you get extra over penetration, don't you? Maybe, I don't know.
Dedicated. As the Emperor commands, I act.
That's a load of, because you killed a few and hits them, and also it's quite all these people doing 5 cells of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's not so much there, but there's up here as well. And that is extra momentum. And 5 cell radius, always hit by her. Oh, I wish they wouldn't have done that.
My faith shields me.
She's going down. I don't really have much in the way of initiative here.
I need your aegis, O Emperor.
Right. Let's
As the
rain in blood.
tenants demand.
How much? 13. Okay, you.
Trust me, I will not die in dishonor. I shall not.
They're being covered in blood now, all of them. So, let's jump to here.
Trust me. As
13,
the
yeah.
tenants demand. As honor or count, the other side awaits.
Jump to
This
there.
goes against the tenants.
There.
The undying emperor whispers his will. Killing brings me no pleasure.
Fucking hell.
To the undying emperor.
Right. Down to 6. And 3 of them, or 2 of them over there. What do we have? A vat guard here. 1 there. 1 there. 1. 2. 3. 4, 5. 6, right. She has 7 stacks of death from above. 13.
I shall not fail. Aim for the heart next time. The shadows will see it done. As honor ordains. An offering of blood. Trust me. Death is a blessing.
Look at all that lovely movement. This one. And this one down here then.
Death comes in silence.
Pick that up.
As honor ordains. Killing brings me no pleasure. I will leave footprints of scarlet. I feel nothing, fear nothing.
She does have the blood on her, yeah. I don't even know what that is. She's still got 4 stacks. I thought she had blood on her.
Death is a blessing.
She can't get
The
all the way across
shadows
over
will
there.
see it done.
Oops, whatever.
I shall not fail. As the tenants demand.
Never come.
Let's heal Argenta up.
Hold.
Side.
Debuff, I guess.
Creator, not a servitor. I'm afraid.
Here, come down here. Can she see that one? She can. There we go. The foreman. Are you alright, Lord Captain? Those cutthroats didn't hurt you, I hope? The man's prosthetic leg has been shot and carries his weight awkwardly. The locals and enforcers call me the foreman. I have no other name. You might say I'm in charge here, in this hole of a place. You recognise the shaggy red beard and keen black eyes. This is the man who was watching you during your encounter with the enforcer and a station worker. What in the throne's name was that? I'm not sure. Perhaps those freeloaders believed in the tales of Nemesis. As it happens, a complaint to that bastard, to Captain Frenzo, about some idiots who were painting pictures on walls, inciting people. And what did he say? I've got everything under control. Had I known it would come to this, I'd have nabbed these sods and thrown them in the pestilence pit myself. Now we were pestered by enforcers to no end, void damn it all. Who's this Nemesis? Just a story they tell around here. There's this chap, they say, wanders the lower decks helping the poor who can't earn a living for themselves, and standing up to officers and enforcers in defence of the weak. Except he's just a story, and nothing more. I will speak to Captain Frenzo about what happened. But in your case, it would certainly be He'll certainly hear you out and not, he grins, and indicates his broken ribs, you know. I saw you near the marketplace. What were you doing there? Watching one of my workers take a beating. I feel sorry for the lad, but there's nothing I could do. He smiles wryly, showing his yellow teeth. Almost all of the front ones have been knocked out. I've stuck my neck out in the past, not doing it again. I see Nemesis then. Tell me what life is like for the workers on the lower decks. They toil day in and out for the glory of the ship. The rest of the time they do their best to survive. Faced with hunger, the more deranged of the enforcers, void leprosy, fires, floods, noxious fumes. The foreman lists these on his fingers, though he has fewer than nature's average to work with. In a word, it's a decent enough life. If you work, you survive. If you freeload, you also survive, if you're clever. Well, and if the God Emperor wills it. What are you cooking in the vat? Believe it or not, this soup is made from mould slime and technical drain water that's been simmered here in this vat for the last 200 years non-stop. See the growth on the walls over there? We harvest it, dry it, and use it to season the soup. If we're lucky, the smell attracts a void rat, and someone gets to have meat in their bowl. The foreman points a finger proudly toward the vat. It's for those who can't even earn a ration card. I feed them in exchange for services or favours. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. My people keep an eye out for workers trying to eat 2 bowls in one sitting. One's enough to fill your stomach for an entire watch. Some complain about the taste, of course. Ingrates. I seek the Bloodspun Web's temple. Do you know where it is? The cultists don't let people like me in on their rites and mysteries. I'm grateful to them for their service to the God Emperor, but to be honest, I can't get behind their love of death. I'm too much fond of living. I'm much too fond of living. Give me a pile of ration cards. Hand these out to the people. You'll know who needs them most. He opens and closes his mouth in astonishment. Well, Captain, you just helped some good families survive. I'll divide the cards among them. Be sure to tell them it's your lordship who did them good in turn. Okay. There's a lot of loot. Most of it crap. Yeah, I've got one in Heretical, not quite up to Iconoclast or Dogmatic yet. Got rid of her injuries and traumas, that's good. She's got a trauma now, which isn't good for her. She doesn't get the bonuses of it. What's his face in the end? I thought it gave dodge. No. Agility and something else. First in the end, +3 weapon skill and agility, and +10 weapon skill and agility every trauma. So she does get it. Did I just get it then? Race against death. Right. So she can get that from traumas. And I've got that one too. And something beast, isn't it? Wounded beast. That's it. Oh, it's a Death World character. That's why I've got it. So you can't have it. Right. I've looked at that, haven't I? Yeah. Okay, I guess we're going this way. Yep, another symbol on the floor there. I saw it this time. The longer you stay at the mark, the quieter the sounds of the station become. The shadows grow longer and seem to stretch in the direction of the adjacent section. The consequences of a terrible crash on monorail LD987 half a century ago are still affecting the efficiency of this stretch of the railway. Crumpled scrap of parchment. Give our gift to the one who sees nothing but hears everything, then the truth will be revealed to you. That's obviously the blind man that we just met. Give our gift.
Let us not dawdle.
Is that as in like chaos gift? Or like Gene Stealer gift? He's dead, isn't he? Oh right. That's right. Auto guns. Stolen auto cannon. Strength 55 for it.
Is there money to be made?
I don't think Argento can use it at the moment. 55 strength is quite high. No, she's only at 30. Oh, I've just read that one.
Rise to the top, or get left in
Restricted
the
area,
dust.
really. Who are these people? Outcasts. What way are they outcast? The stench of decaying bodies creeps into your throat and lungs, forming a sticky film lining your airways. Scraps of rotten flesh, pale ball from the bleeding man's hand exposing maggot-infested wounds. Oh, is this the leprosy thing?
I always keep my options open.
Void leper thing. Stop being so bloody difficult. What's the thing with the death call to say your time has come, or what have you? No, please, what did I do? Talk about being everywhere at once. How about we take his stuff to the marketplace? We're going to eat soup tonight.
I always have a backup plan. I always get the job done.
The man is suffering from a severe but curable disease. One vial of medicine administered in the early stages would have saved him. No one finds the courage to approach the bodies of these outcasts. The rotten flesh and cartilage bear the marks of void disease.
Let us not dawdle.
Okay. So Dean of the Outcast. Scraps of rotten flesh fall from the pleader man's body, exposing maggot-infested wounds. Okay. My lungs are filled with the decay of lifeless bodies. They are flashing toxic colours. Please do not touch anything. Who said that? Argenta.
I see what others do not. The shadows reveal their secrets.
Spinner of blood webs. I'm no heretic, and yet I'm begging you for death. Can't you make an exception for tormented soul?
Duty prevails. Never doubt me.
Now that was a lot harder. Family. That was a plus 20. That was a plus 20, but massive difference in XP.
The Emperor favors me today.
The undying Emperor has whispered his will. Your soul is now given unto him. Where was that? Is that here? Oh, I missed that. I was up here.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
User loses all their temporary wounds, increases their melee damage by the same amount for 1 round. Okay. If worn by Death Cult Assassin, and the wearer gains a stack of Blood Blessed, they also gain plus 10 toughness for 2 rounds. If worn by Death Cult Assassin, now this is all for Cabela then. Whenever the wearer kills an enemy, the enemy explodes in a fountain of blood. The cells nearby are covered in blood, as if affected by blood fire. Oh, she's got that book of prayers. I might as well. These are all heretical. Wow. What's heretical about these? Jesus Christ, nearly level 12. It's crazy. I think we might get to maximum level, finish this before getting to the end of the chapter. Why doesn't the Emperor send his spinners to punish me for my faults? I guess I don't deserve to die by a blade, and only by the rot of Pestilence Pit. No, that's where we are, the Pestilence Pit. I heard him mention it. No, it doesn't look nice around here, does it? Or outcasts. Cure for a rash. Suspicious rash. Dodge, hit, and parry are reduced by 10. A strange rash appeared on your skin after you ventured into the ship's transportation tools. More like another trophy you've claimed from that unpleasant place.
Keep your wits about you.
The mould is dotted with glandular tendrils that ooze slime. Sick people who are still alive but can no longer walk are the mould's favourite choice of host to grow on and suck the last life juices out from them. Well, I guess that's what fungi do. Well, I've got the itchy rash now.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I didn't have to fall to Slanesh to do it. A good person took care of me and helped me stand again. They didn't take anything in return either. They just asked me to show that same kindness to somebody else. repair this control panel then.
Operation successful.
It's probably a shortcut back. Yeah, probably to here. Okay, let's talk to this Sedena, whatever her name is. The outcast. There's an outcast leader here. The specimens before you must be the most repellent inhabitants in the compartment. They're covered in sores and bolt patches glistening with pus, and stench of unwashed bodies brings a tear to your eye. One of them glows at you and grunts, "What you want?" For what crime did you kill this man? Grinning, the leader spits out, "For the crime of wealth. That dead bastard had rations and fuel cells. We trade them for porridge." Well, if you're supposed to share and you didn't, that's hoarding. Yeah, fair enough. What are you, mutants? Invalids? Mold eaters? Outcasts? Folk who have no place even among the lowest of the low. Some are born that way, some are driven out to keep them from spreading the contagion. The foreman won't let us near the vat. Enforcers try to shoot us on sight, as if it's our fault we were born in a terrible place. We are worms in the rotting belly of this ship, fodder for disease. And Papa Nurgle too. The outcast licks his lips and you see a tongue studded with small, underdeveloped teeth. There's no disease, but an obvious mutation. The longer you stare at the man, the more deviations from human form you detect. Wretches such as this, disfigured by genetic abnormalities and disease, are the perfect breeding ground for true corruption. I can see no one ever shows you any kindness. He grabs the throw and tests it with his teeth. Don't expect thanks. You gave it to me freely, got it? You need medicine and food. I should have them brought to you. He bares his teeth malevolently. Will you now? We know your kindness. You douse us with poison and leave us here to die, so we don't sully your ship. No, I think I'll leave. Oh, you leave, but without your boots and your weapons, and maybe a piece or two of your flesh. He leers mockingly. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's dangerous to poke your nose into the pestilence pit? I'm Lord Captain, don't want to kill him, he's just, victim of circumstance. I'm the Lord Captain of this ship, on your knees, insolent scum. The outcasts look at one another and burst into hoarse, gurgling cackles. The Lord Captain in our shithole, and I'm St. Drusus, and here's my regalia. The man exposes an armpit riddled with boils. Cassie lets out a faint sigh, hastily covering her face with her hands. Gracious Emperor, why would we talk to these horrible people? Magenta towers over the freak, looking immaculate and unaffected. Even meeting wretched heretics such as this thing brings me joy. Wiping out even a drop of corruption is still a worthy deed. You detect a note of hysteria in the vagrant's laughter. The fingers of many are convulsively trembling. There's something in the fearless way they look at you, an indifference to death, too strange and unnatural. Alright, the ship will be a little cleaner without you. Mutant bears the black stumps out his teeth. We'll gut you and trade what you have for a pile of scram. Hey, outcasts, coming up if you want to share in the spoils.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
To chaos!
Okay. I'm there on my own, of course. But that's alright. Actually, if I move here... Oh, I can't move there. Being there's fine. Cassia. Of 13 of them. Maybe I should have talked to her. There were plenty more, I'm sure, though.
Death to the weak. I serve the ruinous powers. Death to non-believers. Chaos guides me. Suffering is part of the trial.
Is that free? This is 1 AP as well, okay. So, 36. Just can't kill them all with one hit yet.
I am your blade and shield.
Kind of. Oh, it's that. Okay.
As honor ordains.
Now she can one-shot them.
Trust me.
Actually, let's do more.
As honor ordains.
I want to know if they all stack or not.
As the tenets demand. I shall not fail.
Didn't kill any. Took all the damage, didn't kill anyone.
The ruinous powers.
Oops. Okay. Looks like she can reach up there.
Emperor, give me strength.
Yep. She can hit a few, so
If I may.
debuff those. Okay.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Right then. You get dodgy dodge. It's blind. With
On
either.
it.
There is movement in the Imperium.
Anything else? Be gone.
Kill those three. Someone else died as well. Did the leader die? Pain channeling, yeah. Overkill. Jumps, jumps, jumps. Oh, they do a nasty bod when they die. Not great. Don't want to kill Cabello.
Messiah condemns you. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Okay. Got an injury. Rush. These two to kill.
It's as good as done. On it.
Let's see if I can kill these two.
I've faced worse than this. You never stood a chance.
Yep, it does stack. Six left. Where we have 2, 3. Four, 5, 6. Right. 1, 2, 3. And the rest are over here.
Let's make some opportunities.
Arranged just. I have to range of that as well, just. How about up here? That'll hit Pascal.
I'll see to it personally.
So you should get penetration on these. Probably not.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
There she goes here.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Oh well.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak.
Chaos guides me. Out of my way. Chaos guides
If
me.
this is my death, may my blood be a worthy sacrifice.
I'm going to be Bladedancer, that's just too dangerous. Oh, we have an outcast there. Are they healing? Yes, they are because they're inside there. Gotcha. Okay, let's do that then.
Trust me. Let the blood of the wicked be shed as thou wilt. Caught by the web. Come, the other side awaits.
That's all them dead. But now we know they heal from that. She has a weapon, doesn't she? Yeah.
The shadows will stop. Brings me no pleasure.
Oh, she'll shoot again. I don't know why, but do it.
As the tenants demand, the other side awaits. As honor ordained.
There we go. She took a bit of a scuffing.
I always keep my options open.
That seems to be the thing of the class. Get really injured, get the buffs. Relished anguish. At the end of the wearer's turn, they gain temporary wounds equal to the amount of collision damage inflicted by the wearer this turn. That's push damage, isn't it? Push them around and stuff. No one does that. Maybe
Always
Abelard
keep
with
your
his
eye on the
mace.
prize.
But until it becomes Vanguard, temporary wounds don't stack. Yep, nearly level 12. A figure in decay and tatters is rocking to and fro, muttering indistinctly in several different voices, occasionally breaking into hoarse laughter. As you come closer, she freezes turns slowly to you. An ugly rusted mask covers her face. Are you? He takes Denna to the other side. No. He's just wandering around in the dark, looking for the light, but it's nowhere to be found. Do you really not see it? Who are you? Old Denna. Denna the outcast. Denna the mad. Denna the disaster. Denna the curse. Denna the spurned. The woman hugs her arms to her chest and starts cackling loudly. Broken chains clink at her emaciated wrists and neck. A ghost of the past, a shadow of the present. Only the Undying One knows, he alone. What is this repulsive place? Do you live here? The woman scratches her neck nervously. You note her deformed fingers, ravished by some unknown disease. Here, where the unfortunate meet their undeath. Here, a dumping ground for the bodies of those the Undying One rejects. Here, where pestilence dwells. Denna welcomes them all, talks to the ghosts. Here, where Denna lives? Yes, that sounds right. You talk to ghosts? You can't hear them? Denna points somewhere off to the side, laughs, and then stops herself sharply. They don't like it when people come here. Their colours were all mixed, smushed, waste revealed a pure shade of madness, and yet scarlet threads separate these trembling patches, preventing her from losing herself. Why are you wearing chains and a mask? You haven't escaped from the enforcers, have you? Ah, these gifts they are. The chains clink to announce Denna's approach for others to hear. She slides her disease-darkened palm down the rough, rusted metal of the mask. They hide. Fearful it becomes Denna, afraid of losing face. Ha ha ha. There's a blood symbol next to you. Where? Can't see one. Maybe behind here. I've seen such marks before. There's another part of the Song of Trailing Blood. She bursts into hysterical laughter. Oh yes, the song. Here, listen. She starts chanting hurriedly. She wandered an eternity in dark, yet was consoled. Web foretold. Undying One's blood secrets glowed, light to guide her faithful fold. But threads must end, and so the spider did that which was owed. Her life and death the ship bestowed. And you'll see if you learn to see. Look into the darkness. Look. Peer into the darkness. I can't fathom what I'm meant to see here. You peer into the darkness and are gradually able to make out outlines of objects hidden in the shadows, rotting corpses, rough walls, the twitching death throes of infected people left here to die. You see no light in this place, only more darkness and despair. You don't see, do you? You don't see. Denna shakes her head frantically and starts tearing off her rags. Strips of her decaying flesh peel off along with them. You will not see until you become like Denna, the flesh and blood of this ship. How do I become the flagship's blood? Oh, Denna will show you, and you'll see the true light. Come now. Oh, there's the mark. Plunge into the ventilation shaft. Is this finished? Jesus Christ. So many updates. Got it. Okay. You sure? Right, I'm going to level up. So I'm going to pause, level up, and come back and do a quick recap. Okay. Willpower and athletics for me. Pretty simple level. Prescience for Idera. We get that's perception, I think. Bonus. Or Cyvating. Double your Cyvating +4. Intelligence, perception, fellowship, and willpower until the end of combat. Now later on, hopefully she can get over 100 Cyvating. Yeah, or 100. So that's huge. Especially buffs to like my character or Cassia or herself. I don't know if she can buff herself actually with it. And Fatebringer. Allies under the effect of at least one psychic power gain additional, again, 5+ Psyker's rating, double Psyker's rating, armor penetration. Setting up for the future. Argenta, strength for the heavy weapons. She now has 35, but you can get a heavy weapons thing to reduce the requirement by 15 or something. And bolt weapon expert, extra 10 armor pen. Here's the heavy weapons thing. That's heavy armor. Have I missed it somewhere? Heavy weapons proficiency, I think it's called. That's the armor. Heavy weapon proficiency. So it takes the strength down by another 25. So, with her strength at 35, she can now use heavy weapons up to requirements of 60 when she gets that, which is next level. Cassia. Notch of Purpose. This moves enemies to a certain location. And Eye of Oblivion. Every enemy the navigator has in the line of sight has its dodge and hit chance reduced by 7, which is based on her perception. Pascal. Tactical knowledge, one uses operative things, and it will not die. Just for a bit more health for the coming fights, because this area seems a bit tougher. Oh, then again, since the last played, there's been quite a lot of patches to rebalance, and I don't have my character playing as an officer for the extra buffs. So, weapon skill and awareness for Bella. So that's that.
Let us not dawdle.
The fan was over here, wasn't it? No. It was right next to where it was. Because they kicked him into it. Yeah, it's here. Okay, there it goes. Rotating blades promise nothing but a senseless and brutal death. Slipping past them would require some unreasonable precise calculations or blind luck. While listening to the air currents for a moment, you think you hear Sedena's whispered prayer rising from the depths of the shaft. %95 chance. Jump. Put your life into the hands of the Undying One, Domin Jellybobs. Kimberly says as I jumped. That's just me.
Is there money to be made?
The Undying One is death, the Undying One is duty. It's down there.
Failure is just a temporary setback.
Fatigued.
That's how it's done. I always have a backup plan.
All that for that crap. That's over there. Okay. There are large holes in the compartment ceiling. The spinners have dismantled the bulkheads to expand their temple ever higher.
I always keep my options open.
I knew I should have taken more points in athletics. Okay. Another one there as well. Can't get there. Oh, that's where I came from. Yeah, because I looted that, didn't I? Go down or go up? Go up. More crap. Do you have any stimps? Oh, I do not have any stimps, do I? No, no stims. Oh, right, on one. Can I have a look around, please?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
The verticality in this freight line sections really is confusing. I think it's meant to be. Tankles of improvised bridges constructed from beams and flooring stretch ever higher, not unlike a web. The temple is growing, as if it were a living organism. Well, things must be popular for them. Perhaps they're trending. Okay, looks like I'm on the ground now. Cold stone sarcophagi serve as a death cultist beds. The bones of their deceased comrades are their bedding. Okay.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Really is a death cult. Oh, Jesus Christ, I wonder what the hell was then. Fuck's sake. What's this? Okay, Bellows is there. With the third spinner, which is Io, the name, I think. Cabela said. Oh, everybody else is over there. Okay.
Keep your wits about you.
He bows his head reverently. The death cultist does. Oh, I thank you. Diamond Jellybobs, the Undying One has whispered that you would honour the Temple of Death with a visit. We're ready to serve you. Underneath the ancient relic is a stone plaque with an inscription carved in elegant cursive. If you value life above duty, you're not worthy of life. Vizsier Geofranus. Blood Drinker. Whenever you make a melee attack, you regain 1 wound. The user loses all the temporary wounds, increasing melee damage by the same amount for 1 round. We've already got some of those. Yeah. Now we've got more. Okay. And that's alright. Probably better for Cabello as well.
I always have a backup plan.
I'll go and talk to people and carry on scouting around. Got some big toothpicks. I'm gonna fail this one, am I?
Success is the only outcome I accept.
Oh, nice. Got some loops. Gives you a Crimson Rage ability. Another Spinner's Blade. And more Crimson Intoxicants. And that's really good because sorry, even if it's only like +2 or +4 with your multipliers, that can easily ramp up. But you have to be careful when you use them. What's this? Crimson Rage. The wielder can suffer damage equal to 25% of their maximum wounds to regain +1 AP. Can be used multiple times per turn as long as the wielder has at least 50% wounds. So it's personal. So if you need an extra, I guess maximum wounds, not current wounds. Oh wait, it's 9 to 10 damage. Or -12 target's power team +3 critical hit chance for each attack, stacking to the end of each round. Dodge reduction 50. Ooh, that's a good one. That is good.
I always keep my options open.
I see you, little chesty. Go away. Let's see what that's in now. Oh, it's just a little skeleton skull frying thing.
Let us not dawdle.
I used to think someone could have swept up all the bones and stuff. Vizsier of the Bloodspun web. A frail old man, grey beard tinged with blood, folds his wrinkled hands in a ritual gesture. His body is covered in scars, some old, some fresh. His eyes are sewn tightly shut. His mouth is cleft at both corners, making his jaw seem eerily snake-like. And the Lord of the Ark walked the paths of one life, in the footsteps of the web's very first spinner. The servants of death bowed before him, for the Domin was the giver of life. The old man goes still, his head turned to the side. He nods towards the temple's muffled silence. Yes. Yes, truth like a stream pours from your lips. But welcome him as the tenants demand. Your hues are almost pale as the grey of your beard, but what is this? Cassio flinches and takes a shuddering breath. A scarlet whirlwind shines through the faded colours. A servant of death who sees beyond the threshold. A spider who spins a cocoon at the end of his thread. Adela shakes her head and clutches her temples. Sorry about that. It just came over me. I didn't say anything too weird, did I? A thin blade appears in the old man's trembling hands. Although his arms are stiff, they look like they can barely bend. In the next instant, the dynasty symbol is etched on his forehead, dripping blood. With a brief motion, he flicks the blood of his blade, and several drops land on your face. The blood-spun web welcomes its new lord. I am the Vizsier. For many years we have waited, and now you are here. We have waited. Whispers echo his words from the shadows. Why is it you invited me here? Death whispered your name and commanded us to honor you with a sacred ritual, but only inside the temple can spinners perform it. He is suddenly distracted by someone invisible and nods towards empty space. Yes, we are glad he has reached this place. We are glad to serve. It's weird. What do you mean you have waited for many years? It was not so long ago that I made my acquaintance with the cult. As I delve into my divinations from the flesh and blood of the departed ones, I turn to a relic most ancient and priceless. It is his tarot, inherited by the cult from the Matriarch spider who spun the first thread. One of the readings I did back when I still had the strength to leave the temple and usher souls on their final journey. That was when, in the intricate tangle of destiny, I glimpsed our meeting. But when we would meet, alas, was not revealed to me, so we waited, year after year, and now the hour has come. You sense a strange disturbance around the Vizsier, similar to the one that appears around Kibella, but stronger. He's not a Psyker, or else he's such a powerful one you can conceal his gift. However, his psychic potential is definitely higher than that of the average mortal. There are people like that in the Imperium, undiscovered by inquisitorial hunters. They live out their lives as individuals with a reputation for having strange things happen to them on occasion. Perhaps this decrepit old man is indeed capable of gleaning something more from the Emperor's tarot than just painted pictures. Vizsier, is that some sort of title? It's the name we give the first spinner, the one who has learnt the wisdom of the tenets of the web in order to lead others. I may have a duty to instruct and spin bloody threads, in all other ways as much his servant as yours and anybody else in this temple. So you just walked my companions in here the normal way, while I was forced to take that jump. The spinners guide them along a different trail. You had to take the step. But only you are meant to become the flagship's blood, dummy. There's no reason to test the faith of those who follow you, for this burden was for their lord to bear. How did you manage to erect an entire temple in the middle of the ship without anyone noticing? Followers of the cult once inhabited the tunnels between the bay's bulkheads, until the threads of fate were tangled and a domain of ages past gave us this compartment. We set ourselves to building spacious halls with the shadows of the images of him, and the spinners themselves would whisper of death. And thus the temple that you see began to change with the succession of Vizsiers and the cult's generations. We are building it still, slowly but surely. I've walked the path of the Matriarch spider. What now? The song of trailing blood tells of a path fraught with trials. I accepted it and setting out on the path. We passed the first one, the trial of resolve. Not everyone's prepared to shun their fear and doubt and embark on a search for the unknown, a search for death. The trial of compassion was the second one. You passed it when you put yourself, albeit briefly, in the service of another soul, a man suffering from burns. But the choice between life and death is to be made only by those willing to take responsibility for the pain of another. The third was the trial of justice. In assuming the role of judge, an apostate of our faith, you declared your right to influence the balance of life and death that the errant soul had upset. And the fourth was the trial of duty, where duty always leads to death. We are prepared to render our duty to the undying one, fearless and accepting our purpose, which is to serve him. You too have proven yourself prepared, and 4 trials have brought you here. My voice is going. I'm going to pause for a sec and get some water. The path I have walked has helped me understand myself better. But the tenets teach us that lesson learned is in itself a supreme reward for one who's open to self-discovery. The Vizsier's sewn shut eyes seem to peer again into your face, studying it. Then he turns away and speaks into empty space again. Peace, my brother. The time has almost come. Who is it you talk to all the time? He turns his head as if looking around the temple. I see echoes of those who came before us and those who were with us, but have since crossed over to the other side. My brothers and sisters raised by the cult. I hear them from beyond their deaths. They share their wisdom. I heed them. The other spinners they hear not. That burden is mine to bear. I see your eyes are sewn shut. Are you blind, or was that another of the cult's rituals? Oh, Cabela says when they were young they had their eyes sewn shut and had to survive. I was sighted for much of my life until a disciple of mine violated the tenets, and I realised just how blind I had been. A lesson, but a bitter one. To look with one's eyes alone is to be easily fooled, but the heart cannot be lied to. Such is the truth, and such was my choice. I sealed my eyelids with the gaius of true sight. Now I see more and better. So this entire conversation is another test, I imagine. A smile graces the Vizsier's bluish lips. The tenets command us to be prepared for all trials, corporeal and spiritual alike. Are you prepared, Domin Jellybobs? His mouth closes, but you can still hear his whisper. A prickling sensation in your face is making you increasingly anxious. You raise a hand to your cheek, only to realise you can't feel it. You look at your palm, you see a few smudged drops of the blood from the Vizsier's blade. Yeah, it's probably poisonous. A strange serene calm envelops your body. Your fatigue subsides, and you seem to float in the air, seeing things you had not noticed before, the shadows in the corners taking shape and colour, the subdued lumen light playing on the cultist bone masks. Are they really masks? The tall, lean, empty-eyed wearers might as well be dead people. A chill runs down your spine. Look around the temple. One moment, the walls of Death Sanctums grow infinitely wide. The next, they are so narrow as to make it hard to breathe. The floor dances under your feet, and the undying Emperor's statue seems to shake its head threateningly as it looks down upon you. What chance do I have on this? 83. What is the meaning of this? Your heart is beating slowly. Your breathing has become deeper. Your thoughts are muddled. You seem to be under the influence of a potent stimulant. You poisoned me somehow, did you not? He nods meekly. My blood is infused with a concoction taken by those who follow the thread. It is sacred and harmless to us, but it befogs and afflicts. And yet, Domin Jellybobs, you have grasped that the mind may fail the body and the senses. This was a trial of spiritual acumen. You've passed it. What happens now? It's for you to tell me. You look at the Vizsier, and his trembling frame seems small and insignificant. A single step is all it would take to crush him, but the visions are starting to wear off, and now the old man towers over you. The keen gaze of his sealed eyes is studying your every movement, waiting for response. Now you're going to initiate me as a servant of death. A servant of death. Hiss the echoing whispers from the temple. The Vizsier bows his head reverently. You have become the blood of the flagship. Now you become one of his faithful servants. We may not name you a spinner, for a spinner's thread demands the forsaking of one's previous life. But the Bloodspun web will still accept you. The tenets allow it, but only for a Domin who has followed the trail in blood until the end. A lot of blood. Upon the ritual platform, at the undying Emperor's feet, under the keen gaze of his dark, empty eye sockets, you feel completely insignificant. Surprisingly, the thick blood pouring from his hands onto your brow, chest and shoulders is still warm. Bowed before his image, the Vizsier assumes the ceremonial postures with incredible ease. His withered body moving swiftly and soundlessly. They will slowly plunge into darkness up to the sound of ritual chants and swooshing blades. Amid the noise of splashing blood, the cultist whispers you hear the words, "Death has spoken your name, Domin Jellybobs. Death accepts you." A familiar whisper is scratching the periphery of your consciousness, or is it an inner voice? Even if he hears you, what does he care? He did not save Theodora. He will not save you either. You're not his chosen one. But what if you offer prayer to the gods that are truly immortal? The ones who do not hold back their gifts, the ones who are always willing to accept you. Taste the blood. A rusty taste fills your mouth, causing a spasm in your stomach. Your head is spinning, but you struggle to determine if it's a thrilling sensation or one of profound revulsion. I'll do it this way. This is a Bladedancer, a Bladedancer thing, isn't it? So I'll do it his way. Like I said, I can get loads of heretical points anyway. Offer prayer to the Undying Emperor. Each word consecrated to him echoes in your temples and chest. Your veins become hot, and your blood turns to liquid flame. You have no fear in you. A whisper seems to come from above. From the Emperor's lips of stone, I see you. Could the lingering intoxication still be playing tricks on your mind? A strange rash you developed in Freight Line's pestilence pit grows pale and scabs over. A healing grace descends upon you. The Vizier's voice grows suddenly thunderous and snaps you out of your reflections. Death has accepted you, Domin Jellybobs. Now, for all time, you are the Blood Warden and the Undying One's most venerable servant. Blood Warden, very flattering. I'll add to my other titles. Now that you're part of the Bloodspun web, remember henceforth to beware of vanity, for it leaves gaping rents in the armour of our souls. It felt as if the God Emperor was watching me. To many, it comes during their lifetime or time of service, in images of blood and whispers from the shadows. But remember that those are mere visions, for true death will not come for you until your time. It will take your soul and gently in his boneless hands. So the ritual is complete. The ritual is complete, but you are not. Vizsier gestures for one of the cultists who was carefully holding a strange garment to come closer. For years, you have maintained fealty to the Dominee. You collected sacred symbols and relics. You are the first in 3 generations of lords and ladies to grace this sanctum. The first of them all to be initiated so. We are grateful. We are uplifted in spirit. Here our exaltation accept this gift of a vestment sewn from the bones of his faithful with the threads of death. Extra dodge for not cover, strength bonus wounds. Okay. The cultists whisper prayers to the Undying One as they help you change your clothes and regain your faculties. Okay. Crimson torrent flows from the statue's hands, a symbol of the countless deaths offered up in his name. Can't talk to anybody. Domin Jellybobs, the Undying One has whispered that you would honour the Temple of Death with a visit. We are ready to serve you. What's this vestment? +5 dodge or +10 dodge if not cover. What do you have? Agility bonus, dodge and power against melee attacks, and +5. Strength 25. Strength is 40. Well, it would be 40. So extra 4 damage. If it wasn't fatigued. Sin skin. Agility is 45. 75. That's 1595. 2595, so that's better. That's medium. The improved armored body glove is just better, isn't it? Yeah. I'll check with Abelard, see if that's better than what he's wearing. These medium heretical ones can go. That as well, probably. God, I'm hungry. Oh, everyone's back together again.
Just as I planned.
Smoke tickles your nostrils, making you slightly dizzy. Such substances are known to induce visions or hallucinations. Oh, halfway through level 12. Okay. Nothing new there. We're a spinner. Peace, Cabela. You are the shield. You are the shadow. You are the blade. So be them. Your traditions and rituals are rooted in blood and death. Many are frightened by that. Many are blind even with their eyes wide open. Thus spoke the Matriarch spider. People look at things without seeing their essence, which makes them easy to beguile or frighten. We adorn the tunnels with the bones of the righteous, that they may guard our faithful against corrupt deeds and thoughts. We use the blood of the unholy ones for divination, so we may see dangers. The blood of martyrs is our wine, for their suffering makes us stronger. People are afraid, only because they see death as the end. Death, however, is the beginning. It is life and duty and oblivion. Death has many facets. That is its essence. That is its beauty. Okay, take my leave. Because my voice is going.
Is there money to be made?
The shrouded faith of Bloodspun web is both frightening and awe-inspiring. Who said that? Argento. But it's not too dissimilar to the blind faith that you have. A spinner, his face covered in dark, carved bleeding glyphs, makes a respectful gesture of invitation. Let me show you the way, dummy. Take me to the enforcer in charge of the freight line hub. I have business with him. No, close. Nice quick travel thing. I guess because there's no easy way out of here. I think I'll just finish off this area here. Captain Francois has acquired a few wounds since your last conversation. Half his ear has gone. You notice he's wearing a blooded bandage under his uniform. Seeing you, quickly injects himself with a stimulant and straightens. How may I serve you, Lord Captain? Been a shootout? Yes, it's been a raid on a local gang. We finally cleared out the scoundrels who were smuggling goods to neighbouring compartments. No one escaped. He missed himself a brief smile of grim satisfaction. I was attacked. He lets out a menacing growl as his face fills with blood. Who dared? There were thieves in one of the tactical or technical rooms. I dispatched them. Thieves, just an enforcer hanged for dealing with local gang. I'd hoped their lesson had been learned. He winces as if from pain. By the Emperor, Lord Captain, why must you be so unconcerned with your own safety? It's our duty to find and shoot lawless scum. Suppose you're going to be the best enforcer in the bay at this rate. I'm going to ask this once. How did wretches from the lower decks get their hands on a crate of autoguns? Autoguns? Purple spots appear on his face. What would take me? They couldn't have bypassed security of a munitions train and walked away with the cargo without help from someone in the enforcers. I executed one reprobate who was trafficking in weapons not too long ago. But even that moron wasn't so greedy and stupid as to arm the rabble with autoguns. So there's another who dishonours the enforcer's uniform. I will find the maggot and shove their head under a passing train. The foreman believes that the people who stole the autoguns are connected to the Nemesite. The foreman. You wouldn't believe the kind of thugs he welcomes at his vat. I agree that sympathisers of Nemesite's anarchic cause may be involved in this outrage, but I don't trust that foreman character. He knows everyone in the bay, he sees everything, but he never informs on one of his own. He only complains about problems I'm already well aware of. I killed them all. Also, I might use them in the future. The details are irrelevant. I will find them. Every single one of them, and I will destroy them all. I came across a drawing of a worker in a red mask. What does it mean? Is that Nemesite? He frowns. It's a figure of local legend, known as Nemesite, protector of the poor and oppressed. Ever since I was a child, desperate people have been drawing this portrait on the walls, hoping to summon a defender to punish those who wronged him. We have 13 or so false columns of Nemesite over the past 5 years. We disburdened ourselves of them, just to be sure. The cultural heritage of this compartment is interesting. The captain shrugs. Not much can be accepted from simple-minded serfs. Enforcers have been appropriating ration cards from workers returning from their shifts. Why is that? Are they short on provisions? The compartment has just enough food to avoid starvation. That is why the enforcers are making sure that no serf has more cards than they're supposed to. They used to rip out people's tongues for it, while I reduced the punishment to simply beating the thieves and confiscating all their cards. The orders are to give these cards to workers who are starving due to a lack of work shifts. Not that it helps much, but it's better than nothing. He scoffs. Are there enforcers guilty of misappropriating the confiscated items? Yes. Do those caught stealing receive severe punishment? Absolutely. I finished inspecting the bay. He raises a wary eyebrow. Will there be any orders based on the inspection's conclusions? Look at here. I can give them fuel and uniform out of my cargo. That's what that is. The source of all this compartment's woes and hunger are poverty. Woes are hunger and poverty, yeah, they are. Which are driving those people to commit petty crimes. That is also true. I'm sure you would have done something by now, but there are certain rules you have to follow that are simply too limited. Isn't that right? The captain throws up his hands. We are hard pressed for resources, your lordship. Provisions, medicine, fuel are all being funneled to bays that house more valuable crew members. He frowns slightly. I will admit that I've been occasionally tempted to overstep certain boundaries in the ship's regulations. Oh dear me. Medicine is in short supply. that people are killing each other for it. Perhaps there's a way out. We have faith healers in the bay practicing superstition-based medicine that learned specialists have deemed to be useless at best. At present, enforcers are forbidding these quacks from healing people, but lifting the ban on their absurd potions would somewhat alleviate the medicine shortage. He stops, apparently surprised by his own boldness. Don't be shy. Just tell me what you think we could do to make these people's lives at least a little bit better. We're short on purified air. It currently goes through 3 sacred cycles of filtration. That takes a long time. Would a single sacred cycle be too egregious of a departure from the sanitation code? The circumstances being what they are. I don't want to do that. A deep furrow cuts through the captain's forehead, then his eyes light up with a spark of curiosity. He says tentatively, we could shorten the queue to the vat and fill the vat with the acquired resource while they were alive and have nutritional value. You cast an inquiring look at you. These are excellent ideas. I commend you, Captain. Get it done. Unclean ages. Inspired by your approval, Franco exclaims enthusiastically, "At once, Lord Captain." Clean Aegis. Suffers 30% less warp damage. That's not going to do much. Damage dealt by internal fires reduced from 2 to 7. Oh, right. Is reduced to 2 to 7 range. The freight line has become a cesspool of disease, which has drawn the attention of the forces of rot and decay. They protect the ship from fire and warp energies so that the infected may continue exchanging putrid gifts in the bowels of the vessel. I think the warp damage is when we jump, isn't it? Which is a tiny amount. And there's a few warp torpedoes that are used. But that's not much at all. Be steadfast in your duty, Captain Franco. Excuse me. My voice just really isn't up to this. Lord Captain, here to report. Your orders have been carried out. The compartments are already operating according to new procedure. Okay. Talk to the foreman. I'll talk to Heretic. Time to go, I think. Anything new? Nope. Statue to Magus Ionicus. Ionius 9, the architect of the freight hub LD987A14.
Always keep your eye on the price.
I wonder if that's anything to do with the third spinner. Because Cabelli said his name was Io. Okay. Let's go to the bridge. That's where I will save it and end this episode. It's been a long episode. Thanks for sticking with me in my failing voice. Next episode we're back down to the where I had my novice to finish off getting to the governor. Hope to see you then. Bye for now.